So there's no better feeling than betting on a horse race and winning whatever the result. There's many ways that you can do it, but one particular method I enjoy the most. It doesn't occur that often, so you have to be alert to be able to spot the opportunity. But thankfully, we've added some features to BetAngel that will enhance your ability to be able to do that. If you're interested in trading with BetAngel, then visit our website where you can download a free trial of BetAngel Professional and BetAngel Trader. If you want to learn how to use them, then visit the Academy where we give you a detailed, structured walkthrough of each product. And if you're an existing user, then head on over to the forum where we have a load of files for you to download to customize and use within BetAngel. So whether you're betting or Betfair trading on horse racing, there's one thing that you want to do. You want to win some money. And there are many ways of doing that, especially if you're Betfair trading. However, there are some strategies that are really, really simple that work incredibly well. The only problem we have is that they come around at irregular intervals. They don't occur every day, but they do occur reasonably frequently, and you have to just be switched on to be able to spot those opportunities. So using a number of features that we've introduced to BetAngel, I'm going to show you how you can actually spot those opportunities, and we've created all of the necessary sort of work for you. You just need to import them into BetAngel. But what we're talking about here specifically are jockey trainer gambles, and there are variations on this, but typically, when a jockey wins a couple of races, then everybody will start betting on him on the next race. If you've never seen this before, you don't understand what I'm talking about here, I have actually done a video on this, and it's talking about how this happened at Royal Ascot, and how you can see the sequence of events that lead up to this particular moment where I make £600 on one race before it's even started, regardless of who goes on to win. So watch that video if you don't know what I'm talking about here, because this will give you the background to what I'm about to show you. But in the latest version of BetAngel, what we've done is we've combined three different features that will enable you to be able to spot this opportunity. So whether you're at your desk or not, BetAngel will be collecting the information, which you can display at the click of a mouse, and that will give you an indication as to whether the potential for this sort of opportunity is occurring. And the great thing about this is it can run alongside all of the other stuff that you're doing as well. So let's have a look at how we achieved that now. So you can see we're looking at BetAngel Guardian here, and BetAngel Guardian allows you to do a whole load of many different things. But what you can see that we've done here is we have 3 new columns that have appeared within Guardian. We have created these ourselves. And these are highlighting the winning jockey from a particular race, the winning trainer, and the stall draw. The first race at Worcester that we put this on today, you can see Ben Jones was the winning jockey, Philip Hobbs was the winning trainer, and of course there is no stall draw because it's a jumps race. However, the first race at York, you can see Tom Marquand won that from stall 7. And the reason that we're displaying this information is so that you can actually see if there's a trend that is developing during the day. So a certain stall's winning. Is it the low or the high part of this stall draws are predominantly performing well? Is a jockey on a multiple winning streak, or is a trainer developing his yard to perform particularly well on this particular meeting, on this particular day, however you want to look at it? But basically this information, if you load up all of the components into BetAngel, this information will be displayed for you automatically within Guardian, and it will allow you to pick up on these trends regardless of whether you're watching the races or not. It's a very useful piece of automation. So I'll discuss how this was set up and how you can use it as well. But the important thing to notice about automation is you're not limited to just one rule. You can actually run multiple automation rules. So one of the things that you can actually do when you apply a set of rules to a market is you can actually apply it to 1, 2, 3, 4. You can apply multiple rules. So what we're doing here is we're using a rule to create supplemental information. So if you have automation that's running, that's fine. You can actually run that automation and it will run completely independently of this particular rule. So basically you could run 5 different types of automation, and this is a good example of that, because I have stuff that's running, but I also run this automation so that I can keep tabs on exactly what's going on the racing markets. But if we actually look at how this was set up, there are a couple of important things to understand. In the advanced settings, what I've done here is I'm using restrict refresh. That number's wrong there actually. Let's correct that while I'm in here. Here we go. I'm using restrict refresh to basically refresh only markets an hour behind and or an hour in front. So basically you can see that as it's Guardian is updating, you can see it's ticking through each of these individual markets. In fact, this is probably the best indicator that you can see here. So all it's doing is looping through these markets consecutively, and the reason that we're doing that is so that the automation runs pretty quickly and checks all of these markets ahead and behind the current race that you're actively trading. And if we actually look at the markets, you can see I'm refreshing them at 100 milliseconds as well. So it's basically flashing through each of these markets really quickly and running this automation rule on top of that. We are using an automation rule called Racing Results, and the Racing Results piece of automation you can download from the forum. And this is the sort of bit of magic that is pulling in the winning jockey and the winning trainer. But we've also added in additional information via the Guardian lists. So there you can see we've got a layout in here called horse racing. You can import and export default layouts. Again, we've created the layout for you that includes all of this information. And you can also see in the custom column section as well, we're using the racing results trend columns. And that can be imported and exported. So on automation, you can basically import a rules file from here. You can import or export files from here for the layout. And for custom columns, if you go into edit custom columns, then what you can actually do is you can import and export from here. So there are 3 separate files that you need to import here: the custom columns, the layout, and also the automation. But once you've combined all 3 of those, and you've set it up in a similar manner to which I have here, then all of this is ready to run for you. It's just a question of going to the forum, downloading these files, importing them into Betangel, and you can have a screen that looks very, very similar to what you see here. So the thing that is pinning all of this together is the automation. We have the racing results trend. And if I click on edit the rules file, I'm not going to talk you through all of the detail here specifically. I just bring this up on the middle of the screen here, simply because as we create more complex rules and I introduce you to more complex rules, it's going to take a lot of time to talk through each individual component. So I suggest I'll talk you through basically what it does, but if you want to look at it in great depth, then download the file, have a play with it yourself, is what I suggest. But fundamentally what it's doing is it's looking at the odds within the market. It's running that during the in-play period, and then what it's actually looking for is when the winner, or a horse of some sort, trades at 101, and that allows you to identify that that is the most likely winner. Now we do actually have additional columns and information here talking about the photo finish. I haven't included that simply for the case of simplicity on this video. But it does create additional information around a photo finish, because of course there could be the situation where a horse wins and it goes to a steward's inquiry, or there is other stuff that happens, or there's a photo finish which may negate that. But basically, by looking at the horse that is traded at the lowest price, that is indicating to you when the market is suspended and it's trading at a certain price, that is the horse that has won the race. But it does account for if the market reopens or something else happens within that particular race. So it's not going to, there may be odd occasion when something unusual happens where it can't pick up on the detail, but fundamentally speaking, it's going to be scanning the markets, looking for information. It's going to try and account for situations like a photo finish, and then it's actually going to indicate which one of those runners did actually go on to win. It will assign that to a stored value. And when you have information displayed within the stored value, it can actually return what the starting price of that particular selection was, and all sorts of other information related to it. So there's actually a little bit more depth into it than I've sort of hinted at here. There's more things that you can do. But basically what I wanted to do is to show you what it looks like without heavily modifying it, but also some of the other things that you could add in or modify, but fundamentally sort of how it works. Every now and again it may catch a horse that isn't necessarily a winner, but that would be quite relatively easy to check. when you see that something has developed that looks interesting, you can always go back and check on official results to see what happened. Because, for example, if there was a steward's inquiry and the results are reversed, it won't pick up on that. But nonetheless, by using this, you'll be able to pick up on stuff quickly, understand if there was something interesting going on, and therefore be able to incorporate that within your trading.